me, we've talked about it previously about Clemson
Oh, here we
and
go.
their season,
He's gonna
and
do it, guys.
there was a real collapse this year with this player, but I still believe that there's something there in Peter Woods from Clemson. Um, I think he's twitchy, he's powerful, he's got good technique in the middle of the defense. His production had fallen off a chart in the last year. He hasn't really progressed as much as I would have liked him to from his early career at Clemson. Um, but the whole unit regressed and it didn't elevate him. And I think the expectations were probably too high for him. He was called one of the top guys, particularly at this time of the season. Um, but there's still enough there that I think there's a player in there that he's got all the tools. I think they just need someone to pull it out of him. I think it's all there for him if he wants it. And again, just betting on him ending up in the right spot for me is where it's kind of gone.
I think this is where we might disagree because I do think he's a much better player than you're giving him credit for. I have him at number one.
Oh wow,
So
okay,
yeah, and I still think he's one of the better players in this class. That
yeah, I've maybe been harsh on him for the last year. I think.
yeah, but he's just so uniquely athletic in the middle, and it's that rare explosiveness for 310 pounds, playing at about 315 at the moment. I think he's just his ability to combine the run stopping force with that incredible burst and athleticism off the snap means that he could reshape a defensive line by inserting him in there, especially if you've got good edge rushers, because he's able to annihilate the run game. And I think he's more consistent than you gave him credit for last year in terms of being able to hold up against the run and be able to collapse lanes when he needs to. And so I think he has rare first step quickness for defensive tackles and someone of his size, and is able to ability to use that before offensive linemen are able to fully form their blocks to get round them. I really like, and I'm just more than happy to trust him in every down situations and short yardage situations as well. In terms of what I really liked, the explosive instant penetration because of that explosive movement, the capability of shooting through interior gaps. I think is pretty uncommon for his size. He was 16% pass rush win rate in 2025, which is really quite high for the interior, and it was 22% the year before. So it did fall off. There's no doubt about it. And we could speak like go and watch when we spoke about TJ Barker in the Edge episode, that you do have to kind of take context into account with these Clemson guys. Um, but there was enough there. It just wasn't his ability to finish, I think, lacked in 2025 compared to 2024. That despite his elite burst, that his sack totals are reflective of his ability not to consistently um, get tackles wrapped up in the backfield, and I think that showed up in terms of his athletic profile. And his production, because he had an 18% missed tackle rate in 2025 as well, which kind of goes into that productivity. And I think you take a couple of those percentage points, and I think that the narrative can change them. Um, Functional strength, more than good enough and able to reset blockers and sustain engagements. And whilst they were sack numbers dipped, that I think he's got presence who's able to alter blocking plans and free guys up. So yeah, his ability to win with athletic leverage. He's still young as well, still growing. I think you can get more out of him. Almost squeeze the lemon in that in terms to get the goods out of him. And I think there's a really good player sat there in Peter Woods who deserves more credit than he's getting, because while the overall numbers got, the advanced data shows that he's one of the top defensive tackles in this class, and one of the better ones I think that we've watched in recent years.